Alright everybody, hello and welcome to the video. Today we are playing, Everlasting Summer. A game, a visual novel that I, recently downloaded off of Steam. Thought it would be interesting to play. It's actually got some pretty good music. Actually, I'm gonna turn it down. I know you guys can hear it, but let me turn it down because it's gonna make me have my head all not being able to hear myself. I like the effects they put on this gate, like you can just click it and exit, and it's like, do you really want to quit the game? And of course we're not gonna do that, but like, I think you can like save pictures here, and start a new game, and then this is like your saved game. So, it says, Dear Pioneer, you are on the verge of wondrous discoveries, the doors of the most wonderful place in the world. Our favorite camp, Silvanok, I'm gonna mess up these pronunciations, have opened before you. You'll remember this session for the rest of your life. Welcome. Alright. I do like the music. It's like peaceful. I was having that dream once again. That dream. Same thing every night. But it's all forgotten in the morning, as usual. Maybe it's for the best. Only a glimpse of a memory will remain of gates half opened, as if inviting me somewhere to with two frozen stone pioneers standing close by. And also that strange girl who keeps asking me, oh please don't let this be horror. I'm gonna cry. Will you come with me? Come? But where? Like, I'm already here. Where else is there to go? And why? That's a good question. Like, anybody who like invites you anywhere, you gotta ask why. And they might be bad. Like, literally, bring armor. Oh, that just fell. And where am I anyway? Of course, if it all happened in real life, I would certainly have been scared. Me too. Well, what else would one expect to feel? But this is just a dream. The same one I see every night. That'd be weird. There must be a reason. You don't have to know where or why to realize something that is oh my goodness, something is really happening. Something desperately seeking my attention. Hope it's not a ghost. Please, dear Lord, not a ghost. Since everything that surrounds me here is real, as real as things in my own flat, I could open the gates, hear the hinges creak, brush the crumbling rust away with my hand, inhale the fresh, cool air, and river from the cold. Oh, and shiver from the cold. Why do I read things wrong? You know, this is gonna happen the entire time, so just bear with me. This is gonna be bad. I could, but I do that. But to do that, I would need to pick myself up, take a step, move my hand, But this is a dream. I understand that. But what of it? What does my understanding change? Everything. Because here, it's just like on the other side of the cracked screen of an old TV, which struggles to fight against static noise and strives to show its audience everything without missing a single detail. But the picture is getting blurry. Is this a way of breaking the fourth wall? Are they already breaking it? Is this just what's happening? Are they already breaking it? Are we gonna have another Doki Doki on our hands? This innocent little game's gonna turn violent or something? I must be waking up soon. ... Oh no. Maybe I should ask her something. The girl. What's her name? About the stars, for instance. Why the stars, though? Why the stars indeed? I'd rather ask about the gates. Yes, the gates. She would be so surprised. I read that right. Or better, why the dot over and I was called a title. What? Why the dot over and I was called a title, but the dot over a J was just called a superscript dot. What? I am so confused. Nice letters. Are they talking about like the two dots over the E and Kobeor? As if they don't exist anymore. Still, what do letters, gates, and stars have to do with this place? Because even if I'm having this dream every night, which will be forgotten soon anyway, I've got to look for answers here and now. And there, if you look carefully, you can see the malignant clouds, as if I'd end up in the southern hemisphere. Are these just getting faster? The lines on the screen, are they getting faster? I think they are. Oh, and we're back. In a dream, there are the small things that catch your attention, and a natural color that is that a mistype? COLOUR, is that a mistype? Of grass. Impossible curves of straight lines, or your own distorted reflection. While the real danger, which could put an end to everything right here and now, seems trivial. It's natural, since here you cannot die. I know it for sure. I've done it 100 times. Hundreds of times. Oh my goodness. Are we gonna get killed? Are we? I really want to know if we're gonna get killed. Because if this turns into some horror, I'm just gonna fly out the door. But if you cannot die, is there a point in living? Should we even answer that question? If you cannot die, then I mean, I mean, there's always a point to living. I mean, there's always something to live for. So, that's actually deep. I should ask the girl. She's local. She should know. Yes, exactly. I should ask her about the owl, for example. One strange bird it is, though it doesn't matter. If you're gonna ask about it, then it technically matters. So why say that it doesn't matter if it does actually matter? Like, come on. And we're back again. Will you come with me? And every time I have to answer. It's the only way. Otherwise the dream will never end, and I will never wake up. Yes, I'll come with you. No, I'll stay here. Oh. So, I think it's... I don't know which one. I'm a pretty nice person, so I'll say yeah. Every time it's so hard to decide on the answer. Where am I? What am I doing here? Who is she? Why does so much in my life depend on this answer? Or maybe it doesn't. It's just a dream after all. Just a dream. Wait, did I actually pick the right answer? No jump scares, please. Oh, a keyboard. Keyboard? Computer screen? Why are you looking? I just want to know what they're doing. Computer screen stared at me as if it was alive. Oh. He blinked. He was here. I don't know who this is exactly. Sometimes it really seems to me that it was conscious of itself. Wow, cannot read. Had its own thoughts and wishes, ambitions. It had feelings. Could love and suffer. As if in our relationship, the screen wasn't an instrument. It was me who was a lifeless piece of plastic and textile. Wait, what? Hold on, I can back up for a second. What was that? Wait, no, I can't back up, can I? There is some truth in that, probably because the computer provides 90% of communication with the outside world. Oh. Oh. Back. Where did I go? No, what? I'm so confused. No. Did I accidentally restart the game? Uh-oh. What I wanted to do was just... Haha! There's some truth in that, probably because the computer provides 90% of my communication with the outside world. we go. Save. I'm kind of bad at this, so. Anonymous image boards. Some chats from time to time. Rarely I see Q or Jabber, and forums even more rarely. That slow, like, contemplated blink. People on the other end of the internet internet cable simply do not exist. All of them are simply creations of its sick imagination, an error in the source code of a kernel bug, which started living a life of its own. Oh. If one looked at my existence from the outside, such thoughts would seem crazy, and a psychologist would surely give me a bunch of sophisticated diagnoses and maybe write me a doctor's referral to a loony bin. Probably would. A small apartment with no signs of repair or any semblance of order in it, and always the same view out the window on the gray metropolis. Wait, megalopolis? Running somewhere day and night. Such are the conditions of my life. Well, of course, it didn't all start like this. I was born, went to school, and finished it, like all the others. I was accepted at a university, where I spent a year and a half trailing behind and struggling. I drifted through several jobs. Sometimes it was working out quite well, sometimes I was even getting decent money for it. But it all felt like it was not mine, as if taken from another man's biography. I wasn't living life to its fullest. It was just looping over and over in monotonous circles, like in the movies Groundhog Day. It's just that I had no choice how to spend my day, and every day repeated itself, the same vicious spiral. I feel like some people get caught up in a loop of what they think life should be like, and they don't see anything outside that. But honestly, without going too deep, I honestly believe that there's a better way to life than just living it the way that you think that you should live it. There definitely is a better way, but that would be going into my personal beliefs, because honestly I believe there is a better way to live your life than just repeating a vicious cycle that's just gonna lead you to death, honestly. So, onward to the game. A spiral of emptiness, misery, and despair. Yeah. Yeah. That's the broader path of life, honestly. There is a straight and narrow way of life, but emptiness, misery, and despair is definitely the broad way. For the last few years, I just sat in front of a screen all day. That would suck. Sometimes there were menial jobs. Sometimes my parents helped me. That's nice. All in all, I was able to provide for myself. No wonder, really, since my needs are quite minor. I hardly ever leave my home. Oh goodness. I hardly ever leave my home, and my communication with other people almost exclusively consists online correspondence with the anonymous who have no name, no real name, no gender, no age. When you post stuff anonymously, technically people don't know your name, they don't know your gender or your age, but technically people do have one gender and their specific age. So in brief, a quite typical life of a quite typical antisocial person of his time. Okay, so he's Guy. Kind of Donnie Darko on a minor scale without doomsday-related visions. Maybe some highly respected author will write, and you spelled author wrong, will write a novel about me, and it will become a contemporary classic of modern literature. Or I will write one myself. Hey, that's what I'm doing. However, what's the point of fooling myself? I tried many times, but couldn't even come up with a simple short story. I tried to learn many other things as well. Not gifted enough to draw. Programming, got bored. Foreign languages, takes too much time. The only thing I loved doing was reading. But still, I would never have called myself a scholar. Perhaps I was an ace at watching anime and a grandmaster of lame internet jokes. Wow. If I were to get paid for it, I probably would be a happier person, and a richer person too. But I doubt it would fill the hole inside me. I know it would fill the hole inside you, but again, that's my personal beliefs. Today was another typical day of a typical failures typical life. Whoa. See, that's the problem. If you isolate yourself too much, then you're just gonna be depressed all the time, and what's the point in that? And today is the day when I have to go to my university reunion. Frankly speaking, I really didn't want to go. What is the point? The time I spent with them was so short. However, I was persuaded by a friend, my former university mate, and one of the few with whom I kept in touch other than through the internet. Is it winter outside? Very nice. Oh, cars. Oh, I'm guessing that's our main character. Oh, he looks depressed. A frosty evening. Like, can you hear these like wind sounds? Like they're like piercing my ears right now. I should turn down my volume. Hold up. It's so much better. There we go. A frosty evening. Bus stop. Waiting. I never liked winter, though hot summer is not my season either. It's just that I see no reason to point out any particular time of year. It doesn't matter much what the weather is outside when you stay at home 24/7. Ouch. That's isolation, and in interpersonal communication, since I am in college, isolation is bad. No matter how much you say that you don't care, isolation is bad. The bus today was running so late that I was about to curse it all and spend my last few hundred rubles for a taxi. The idea of just returning home didn't cross my mind for some reason. As usual, millions of thoughts flew through my mind, but there was not a single useful one to seize on. Happens a lot. Such a thought that you could bring into existence, give a shape, turn into an idea, and put into practice. Maybe I could start my own business. You could. You really could. But where would I get the money from? Big problem. Like, anytime you like start a business nowadays, you got to have the money to do it. It's like, gotta. It's like, why? Or maybe I could go back to working in an office. No way. Maybe I should try freelancing. That's what I want to do. But what skills do I have? And who would want me after all? Whoa, dark depression. I suddenly remembered my childhood, or rather, my teen years, the time I was 15, 17 years old. Why exactly those years? No idea. Maybe because you were happy back then? Things were simple, things were easy, and nothing was hard adult life, because adult life is hard. I guess it's because back then everything was much more simple. It is. It really is. Like, being a kid is easy. Like, come on. I mean, you live with your parents, you don't have to, like, think about bills, taxes, job. You don't have to worry about that stuff. You don't have to worry about going through college just so that you can find a job. Being a kid is so much easier. It was easier to make decisions. So complicated now, and so simple then. So true. Waking up in the morning, I knew exactly how my day was going to pass, and I always eagerly looked forward to the weekend. Then I could get some rest and have time for the things I liked. Computer, football, going out with friends. You can still do that, if you had your friends still, and you didn't push them away, which probably what you did. Or they pushed you away, and then that just always sucks. And then at the beginning of next week, I'd take up my studies again. Back then, there were no such worrying questions like why, who needs it, what will change if I do it, or what will not change. A simple lifestyle, so casual for any normal person, and so odd to myself today. That careless childhood age. It was also then that I met my first love. Okay, I just had a thought, baby. Like, what if the girl in his dream is his first love? Boom. Her appearance and personality have vanished from my memory. Only her name remains, like a brief line from a social network profile, along with the feelings which overwhelmed me when I was with her. All affection, tenderness, the desire to care for her and to protect her. Sadly, it didn't last long. Today, I can hardly imagine something like that happening. I would probably like to meet a girl, but I don't know how to start a conversation, what on earth to discuss, and how to attract her. Well, I haven't met any suitable girls for a long time. I'm honestly worried that someone's gonna come in here and think that I'm like talking to somebody when I'm actually talking to a camera. Like, me, I'm only reading from the perspective of a character, so it's like, okay. Like, don't get me wrong, I like guys. So, for me reading this, it feels weird because the main character in this is a guy and I'm a girl, so it's weird for me personally. But where could I meet one anyway? In your dreams? The sounds of an engine brought me back to reality. A bus pulled over. There was something abnormal about it, I thought. Then again, it doesn't matter. Only 410... What? I'm gonna turn my volume down again. Only the 410 runs this route. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Is this gonna go back in time? Streetlights pass me by. It's as if they're cold, like sparks inside of me, trying to ignite feelings while I'm dead. Or maybe not ignite, just to awaken them. Because those feelings have been living in me for a long time, slumbering and awakening and waking again. Wow, I just want to put my own words in here because I'm got my own version of words in my brain that that come into your mind when reading stuff, how you think it should be worded, but then it's worded totally different. The driver's radio was playing some very similar tune, but I wasn't listening to it. If you know, I was watching the cars passing by through the fogged up window, because people are always rushing somewhere, chasing something they need, stuck in their own little worlds. Why would they care about mine? They probably have their own serious problems, or maybe they have much easier lives. You can't know for sure, since all people are different, and that's true, all people are different. Or are they? I mean, people in their own ways and perspectives are different, but technically we are all one race, and technically we are all on the same level in my head, are the same. Sometimes someone's actions can easily be predicted, but if you try to look inside his soul, you will only see impenetrable darkness. That is true. That is like way too true. The bus was approaching downtown, and my thoughts were interrupted by the bright city lights. Hundreds of billboards, thousands of cars, millions of people. I watched this light show and somehow got terribly sleepy. Uh-oh. My eyes closed just for a moment, and then help? Is this dude going back in time? Like I thought it was gonna happen? Okay, there's a girl. Can't read that. Still can't read that. Yeah, that's inappropriate. Still inappropriate. Okay, so that was a nice little introduction. I mean, so we're technically day 1 here. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. That was literally like the prologue. Oh. There we go. Save game. Day 1. So we'll come back to this when we have later. I don't know how long I've been on here. Like now 11:30. I've probably been on here for at least an hour. Or maybe like 30 minutes or so. So I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, then hit that like button and please subscribe. I'll see y'all later.